It was supposed to be a normal night. The kind of night nobody remembers. The kind of walk people take without thinking. No fear. No warning. No feeling that something bad is waiting in the dark. Sabina Nessa had done this walk before. Many times. From a friend's place, through a quiet park, down a narrow alleyway, and then home. Just minutes. That's all it took. Minutes between being alive and being gone forever. This story still makes people in London pause when they hear where it happened. Not a dangerous street. Not a crime hotspot. Not some place people avoid. This happened in a calm neighborhood. A place with lights, houses, families, and silence. And that's what makes it terrifying. Because if this can happen here, it can happen anywhere. Sabina Nessa was 28 years old. She was a primary school teacher. The kind of teacher kids loved instantly, soft-spoken, gentle. She worked with children who had special needs, kids who needed patience and care, and she gave them everything she had. Her friends described her as warm, thoughtful, and full of quiet strength. She wasn't loud. She wasn't reckless. She didn't live a dangerous life. She followed rules. She planned ahead. She did everything right. On the evening of September 17, 2021, Sabina left her home in Kidbrooke, southeast London, to meet a friend at a nearby pub. Nothing fancy, just food, conversation, laughs, she texted. She smiled. She had no idea that these normal moments were about to become her last. After spending time with her friend, Sabina said goodbye and began the walk home. It was around 8:30 p.m. The route was short, about 5 minutes. It cut through Pegler Square and a nearby park, then through a narrow alleyway between buildings. Locals used it all the time, women, men, kids. Nobody thought twice about it. But someone else was already there, waiting. That alleyway wasn't empty. It wasn't random. And this wasn't a crime of opportunity the way people like to imagine. This was something darker. Something planned. Something sick. As Sabina walked, she was attacked from behind. No warning, no chance to scream, no chance to run. The man who attacked her used extreme violence. He beat her so badly that when her body was found the next day, it was almost impossible to recognize the person she once was. The injuries were devastating. This wasn't just murder. It was rage. It was hatred. It was brutality beyond words. The next morning, dog walkers discovered Sabina's body near the community center, just steps away from the park. Police were called. The area was locked down. Blue lights flooded the quiet streets. What was once a peaceful neighborhood became a crime scene. And fear spread fast. Women across London stopped walking alone. Social media exploded with anger and grief. Candles appeared, flowers, messages. People asked the same question over and over again. How could this happen? How could someone be taken like this? So close to home, in a place that was supposed to be safe. At first, police had almost nothing. No witnesses, no clear suspect, no motive. Just CCTV footage showing Sabina walking, and then nothing. She vanished into darkness. But what police didn't know yet was that the man who killed Sabina had already tried before. His name was Kosi Selimaj. Selimaj was a delivery driver, a man who blended in, a man who looked normal. Nobody would look at him and think, monster. And that's the scariest part. Because monsters don't always look like monsters. Just days before Sabina's murder, Selimaj had followed another woman through the same area. He attacked her from behind, trying to strangle her. She fought back. She survived. She escaped. And she reported it. That report should have mattered. But before police could connect the dots, Selimaj found Sabina. Investigators later discovered that Selimaj had been driving around London for hours that night. Not delivering food, not working, hunting, looking for someone alone, looking for a woman, looking for a victim. CCTV showed him parking his car near the park, waiting, watching. When Sabina entered the area, she didn't see him, but he saw her. He followed her into the alleyway, and that's where he attacked. The level of violence shocked even experienced detectives. This wasn't panic. This wasn't fear. This was intentional. He used a weapon. He struck her repeatedly. He didn't stop. Even when she was helpless, he didn't stop. After killing her, Selimaj left her body where she fell. He got back into his car, and he drove away like nothing had happened. When police finally arrested him, they found evidence that tied him directly to the murder. CCTV, phone data, vehicle tracking. There was no escaping it. During the trial, the courtroom heard the full horror of what Sabina went through. Her family sat there and listened as prosecutors described the final moments of her life. Her parents, her siblings, people who loved her beyond words. Selimaj showed no emotion. He didn't know Sabina. He had no connection to her. She didn't provoke him. She didn't do anything wrong. She was chosen because she was there, because she was alone, because he wanted someone to hurt. In June 2022, Kosi Selimaj was found guilty of murder and sentenced to life in prison, with a minimum term of 36 years. The judge called the attack sadistic and said Selimaj posed a danger to women everywhere. But for Sabina's family, no sentence was enough. Her death became a symbol of how unsafe women feel walking alone, a symbol of how violence doesn't always come with warning signs, a symbol of how quickly a normal night can turn into a nightmare. Vigils were held across London. Thousands of people attended. Strangers cried together. Women shared their stories. Men listened. The question wasn't just about one man anymore. It was about a system, about safety, about fear that never really goes away. Sabina Nessa should still be alive. She should still be teaching, laughing, texting her friends, planning her future. Instead, her name is now spoken in whispers, news headlines, and memorials. An alleyway, a short walk, a man waiting in the dark, and a life that ended far too soon. After Sabina Nessa's body was found, fear didn't just spread through her neighborhood. It spread through all of London. Women started changing how they lived overnight. Texting friends when they got home, sharing live locations, avoiding parks, avoiding shortcuts, avoiding the dark. Some avoided going out at all. And the most painful part was this: Sabina had done everything people always tell women to do. She wasn't drunk. She wasn't reckless. She wasn't out late. She took a familiar route. She trusted her surroundings. And still, she was killed. Police knew the pressure was massive. The media was watching. The public was angry, and Sabina's family deserved answers. Detectives pulled CCTV from every angle: streets, shops, apartment buildings, traffic cameras. They tracked every movement from the moment Sabina left the pub. They saw her walking calmly, phone in hand, bag over her shoulder, no sign of fear. Then they saw a car moving slowly nearby, a delivery car, one that didn't belong there for long. That car would become everything. The vehicle belonged to Kosi Selimaj. When police dug into his background, they found something chilling. Selimaj wasn't new to violence. Just 6 days before Sabina was murdered, another woman had been attacked in the same area. She was grabbed from behind, choke-dragged. She fought with everything she had. She screamed. She scratched. She survived. And she reported it to the police. That woman's survival would later help bring justice. But at the time, the connection hadn't been made yet. Selimaj had followed that woman too. Same method, same time of night. That attack wasn't random, it was practice. Investigators later said that Sabina's murder was not spontaneous. Selimaj had driven around for hours. He circled the area again and again. He was waiting for the right moment, the right victim, someone alone, someone he believed he could overpower. This wasn't about anger in the moment. This was about control. During the trial, prosecutors explained that Selimaj had carried a weapon with him. He didn't panic. He didn't hesitate. When Sabina entered that alleyway, he followed her in. What happened next was fast, violent, and unstoppable. Medical experts told the court that Sabina suffered multiple blows to her head. Severe trauma. Injury so brutal they described it as sustained violence. Not a single strike, not a loss of control. It was repeated, deliberate. Savage. Listening to that evidence broke people in the courtroom. Some cried. Some couldn't look up. Sabina's family sat there, hearing details no family should ever have to hear. They held each other. They stared forward. They survived minute by minute. Salamaj sat there quietly, no tears, no emotion, no explanation. When police arrested him, he initially denied involvement. He tried to lie. He tried to distance himself. But the evidence closed in fast. His phone data placed him at the scene. His car was captured on multiple cameras. Forensic evidence linked him directly to Sabina. There was nowhere to run. As the truth came out, people wanted to understand one thing. Why? Why Sabina? The answer was horrifyingly simple. There was no reason.